Hello, Don in London, 31st of August 2009. My video is all about recovery from addiction to either substance or behaviour, and I've had an interesting day yesterday. Yeah, it was busy actually. I didn't realise just how busy it was going to be, but that's like recovery. We never know what's going on. But you know, my videos here are about recovery one day at a time from the addicted substance you had or I had. It's my story. And substances or behaviour. So alcohol was my favourite. My behaviour, outlandish to extremes, trying to be perfect, working as hard as I might, always saying yes to more, avid starter of relationships but didn't really understand them, again trying to be perfect and never so, and never really getting the message of how to be me first and then how to be me with other people first. So it's been a long journey, and you know, the destination isn't always the necessary ingredient to make life work or make life happy or make life sad. So if we understand where we are now and we're on a journey, just one day long, we probably have a better way of dealing with the world. And you know, the way I learned most over the last few years was to stop my addictive substance, alcohol, stop it completely, go teetotal. And I didn't do it on my own. I had to have a lot of help. Family helped me, and part of my family I saw yesterday, my mum and my sister, for lunch, and they loved me and I loved them, and we just had a great lunch together. And I came home and had to lie down for a bit because it was just a big lunch, and I'm not used to eating that much at lunchtime. So life is interesting. And then last night I was aiming to get to Barnes to a meeting of the Fellowship of AA, which helps save me on a daily basis to make life work, Alcoholics Anonymous, to do the chair, or speak first and then people speak back about the experience, strength and hope we share. And I couldn't find the church, and on the way there somebody rang me up for directions to my normal meeting on a Sunday, which is close by at Flood Street. And in between that and losing my way and finding there are so many different churches out in the small village of Barnes, I was quite surprised, and everybody knew where they were, but it took me a while to find the right one. And I was 1 minute late, and the person who had invited me rang me up and said, relax, don't worry, take your time. And I got there 1 minute late, but the other person was in situ, and they shared an absolutely amazing story of what it's like to be in recovery, how to make life work, to deal with the good, the bad, the joyful and the sad of life. And it was a real privilege to hear them. So in a funny sort of way, the coincidences of last night, losing my way there, finding a great meeting with wonderful people, some of whom I know already, and then losing my way on the way back and getting home about 10:30. So it's quite a longish day. And I'm glad, because that's what recovery is all about. It's not about being upset by what's occurring or the plan being different to what we anticipated. It's living life in the moment and dealing with what happens and experiencing what we may do and the choices we have. So for me, powerless is the greatest gift of not trying to control or manipulate people, places, things to my design. It means the world is open to me, and I can then make the best of what is in front of me. And my phone's been busy this morning, and that's a good thing too. Anyway, where are we? 4 minutes into my video. It's the last day of the month. It's the last sort of sharing explicitly about step 8, which is making a list of amends of people we have harmed in the past and being willing to make those amends. And I'll just read from the blue book, which is concerned with this, the 12 Steps and 12 Traditions, this one. But before I do that, because I'm going out of sync if I'm not careful, I'll read out the AA preamble on this little card. Freely available to newcomers at any meeting if they have any in stock. And what it says about AA is what we do. And it says here, Alcoholics Anonymous is a fellowship of men and women who share their experience, strength and hope with each other, that they may solve their common problem and help others to recover from alcoholism. The only requirement for membership is a desire to stop drinking. There are no dues or fees for AA membership. We are self-supporting through our own contributions. AA is not allied with any sect, denomination, politics, organisation or institution. does not wish to engage in any controversy, neither endorses nor opposes any causes. Our primary purpose is to stay sober and help other alcoholics to achieve sobriety, and hopefully we do that on a daily basis. It's primary purpose, the fellowship, just ordinary people. You meet them on a daily basis, that's how they are that day. They're not anything special or different, we're just human beings making the path in recovery. So, and we would have a desire to stop drinking, and we have a desire to share the message with other people, which is why I share here. So 12 steps of action for individuals, predicated or based on open, honest and willing endeavour in one day. So August, nearly the end, only a few hours to go. Step 8, and I'll just share what it says about step 8 in that 12 by 12, this one, 12 steps, 12 traditions. And it says, step 8, made a list of all persons we had harmed and became willing to make amends to them all. This and the next 2 steps are concerned with personal relations. Learning to live with others is a fascinating adventure. Obstacles, reluctance to forgive, non-admission of wrongs to others, purposeful forgetting, necessity of exhaustive survey of the past, deepening insight results from thoroughness, kinds of harm done to others, avoiding extreme judgments and taking the objective view. Step 8 is the beginning of the end of isolation. And you know why we are isolated is simple. We've got a lot of guilt and shame about our behaviour when we were drinking often. And part of the amends process is really to understand that alcoholism is a disease, it is an illness, it's a mental deficit which we can deal with on a daily basis. And the guilt and shame associated with why are we drunkards, why are we alcoholics, is simply once you get to a certain point you cannot stop, or I could not stop. So it's pertinent to those people who have self-obsessive compulsive behaviour, doing the same old thing over and over again and hoping it will get better or will get back to a state where it felt good. And the simple answer with alcohol or any addiction is we have to keep taking more and more to try and find that elusive feeling of joy. So amends have to be made, and to ourselves and to other people, simply because when we are in the addiction and then into recovery, we realise the difference between the 2 states of being. So it's not easy, and then it's humility to share the truth with those people we have hurt and need make amends to, and it can take a lifetime to do that. We can't actually decide exactly when sometimes, but it's a big release into a new world. And in the books which I put here ready, and I haven't got much time, Daily Reflections for today, 31st of August, I haven't even read it yet. A unique programme, it says. Alcoholics Anonymous will never be a professional class. We have gained some understanding of the ancient words, freely ye have received, freely give. We have discovered that at the point of professionalism, money and spirituality don't seem to mix, or do not mix. And I probably go along with that. Give it away to receive it. And if you put a price on it, or you're trying to get money out of it, or be professional about it, the ballpark changes to a fixer, fixing people often, or if we fail, then people can blame us. And the difference between fellowship is we're just trying our best as we go. And I haven't got time for as Bill sees it, this one, but I could stumble into it and then stumble along. But I think the main message I got over the last day or so, around about step 8, making amends, is it's an ongoing process. And August, all about step 8, indirectly or directly, is about understanding how to live life now and understand where we've come from, what we may do to set the record straight as best we can, but not to blame anybody, no one else, and not even ourselves to an extent, but we must face our consequences. So the consequences today are, I feel okay, just for today, my life plan, one day long, and the serenity prayer which helps me, whether you believe in God or not, it does not matter. It's a meditation more than anything, to good conscience, and whatever you believe. Grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference is simply and forever, in my humble opinion, just for today.